If you guys were looking for some Easter content from me this year, here it is. Today's video is full of 5 DIY Easter projects coming up. Hey guys, and welcome to my DIY channel. My name is Annalie, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing some very simple, easy Easter DIY projects. I'm really excited because I was able to get some content out this year for the holidays. Finally, you guys know I've been lagging behind a little bit, but these are gonna be very simple, very easy, and if you guys are pressed for time, then these are the DIY projects for you because these took me literally seconds to make. These are easy, budget, and time-friendly DIYs. Let's get right into the video.
Okay, for this first project, we're gonna be using my Cricut. And so right here, I'm just Bluetoothed right here on my phone. I've picked the project that I want, and now I'm just arranging it on the mat, and we are going to cut it out. First, we're gonna cut out some vinyl. This is the first part of our design. We're gonna make a little Easter sign here. So I used vinyl to make the base of the sign. And then we're gonna be using some paper. This is cardstock paper. And so I am cutting out some paper flowers right now, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make these. This little spatula is such a cool tool that Cricut makes, and it really helps to get all of your paper off of the sticky mat without tearing the pieces that you want to use. This is my 4-year-old doing it. It is so easy. She wanted to help, and it's awesome because it's just so easy. These little tweezers right here are awesome. You can see that they pinch. If you pinch them right there in the middle, it opens it up, and then it clamps down on the paper here. Starting from the outer edge, you just, with this little spiral that Cricut cut out, you just wrap it around your, I don't even know, tongs, the tweezer tongs right there. And then you just keep going all the way around. There are different sizes because each one of these is going to make a paper flower. And so the bigger they are, the bigger the flower. And then you just kind of squeeze it a little bit to release it from the middle, and we have some paper flowers. All right, so this is the base that we're gonna use for our sign. It's just a cute summer sign from Dollar Tree. And I went ahead and sanded off the backside so that there wasn't any glitter. And then of course using some Waverly white chalk paint, which you can see right here. I went ahead and I just gave that a couple good coats and let that dry. So here's that vinyl that we cut in the very beginning of the video. So this is gonna be the very basis of our sign. It's a little Easter bunny. And so I'm using the vinyl as a stencil. And so that way it doesn't really matter what color my vinyl is. I can paint onto it with it, and then I can distress it. I can do whatever I need. And so I like it because I don't have to have a whole bunch of different colors of vinyl. So get that transferred on, and then I'm just making sure that all of the edges are pressed down. Since the sign is white, I went over everything first with a little bit of white, dabbing it on, and I let that dry. That really helps with bleeding. I learned that trick from a lot of different YouTubers, and it really works well. So then using some elephant color chalk paint, I think, from Waverly. No, maybe it's mineral. It might be mineral. But anyways, I went ahead and I just painted the bunny gray. You can see here all except for the cute little pink nose. Once that was done, I went ahead and I removed the vinyl because, like I said, it's a stencil, and so we don't need that part anymore. And so we've got this cute little half bunny face right here with her eyes closed. My daughter helped me pick this out, and she is in love with this project, you guys. She wants it to go into her room for her, so that she can decorate up on her shelf. And I think she wants to keep it year round. That might happen. I don't know. We'll see. But we went ahead and we as in me, I guess. I took some of that pink. This is just Waverly white chalk paint, and I used some red and mixed it, and I just kind of made my own little pink, like, because I don't have any of the ballet slipper colored chalk paint, but this worked just fine. And then I just kind of eyeballed and painted the middle of the ears so that the ears were pink to give it a little bit more texture and dimension. Here are all of our flowers that we made. I know that you only saw me make a couple, but I made a whole bunch in a bunch of just bright, fun spring colors, and we're gonna make a cute little floral crown for this cute little bunny. Right now I'm just hot gluing them on. I'm using some Gorilla hot glue because it holds really, really well. I didn't actually show you how to assemble the flowers. I'm sorry, I was just realizing that. But there's a little circle at the bottom, the end of the flower that you just put some hot glue on, and then that's where you secure the paper to for the flowers. So now we need a frame. These are some of those lath sticks. I get these from Home Depot over in the cement section. Make sure you go to the cement section because they're not in the wood section like you would think. I get a bundle of 50 for like 20 bucks, which makes them super cheap. And they're about as wide and as thick as paint sticks. I really like them. Very, very affordable. And then I just cut them down to size. So I went ahead and I painted that gray to match the bunny's gray. And then I just used my chop saw to give me some 45-degree angles and so that I could make these little mitered cuts here. I know a lot of people use that yellow plastic box that you can get from Amazon that you can just cut down your cuts to with a handsaw. I don't have one of those, but that would work absolutely fine for this project here. So once I was all done and I went ahead and I kind of distressed everything a little bit to the way that I liked it, this wood is so thin that I just went ahead and used some Gorilla hot glue because it holds that well. It wouldn't hold up if you were going to put any weight on it, I don't think, but I'm not going to put any weight on it. I'm just going to put it around the border. So as long as I just take care of it and don't put any pressure on it and maybe don't let my daughter play with it, I think it's going to hold up just fine. And then as you saw, I just put some hot glue on there and then, oh, okay, I was measuring the frame actually before I put hot glue. So I measured it out so that I could make sure that it was square. And now I'm putting some hot glue on there so that I can put the frame on, because sometimes I don't always make everything straight. Like the bunny face was just a little bit crooked, but I was able to fix that by adjusting the frame. So really, I don't think you can tell. Maybe if you look really close, but I don't think you can tell. And here it is. Here is the cute little bunny with her little bunny crown. And I love that the paper kind of gives it like a 3D effect. This definitely wouldn't be anything that you could put behind glass, but I like it without the glass. I think it's really fun, and I think it would be fun to make a lot of different animal pictures with these cute little crowns. Okay, next we're gonna be using this little sign that I got from the Dollar Tree. I just went ahead and I removed that little black square there. This is some paper, this scrapbook paper I believe is from Joann's. And I went ahead and I just traced this out on the back, and then I cut it out to fit down to size because we're just gonna glue this scrapbook paper onto this side. I've jumped on the glue stick train. I really think that it works great. I haven't used it for pictures yet, but for paper, I feel that paper is thin enough that it holds really well. And I see why people use it. It doesn't crinkle your paper. Now I'm going to sand the edges. I really feel like this is such a crucial step to do. A lot of people recommend this, and I've actually done this forever. It really makes a difference when you sand the edges of your paper. Sometimes if you're not going to notice it, then it doesn't really matter. You can do it however you want, but I really feel like it just flows and makes the paper look like it actually came on the wood. It looks so good. Okay, I wanted to try this. I really like to use vinyl as stencils, as you guys know, but I've not done a vinyl stencil on paper before because I was like, well, I feel like the vinyl would tear up the paper. So I was a little bit optimistic. I was a little bit maybe realistic and thought, okay, this definitely could tear up my paper, but let's just try it and see. So I was very gentle as I smoothed it down. And then this is just that same gray chalk paint that we've been using throughout the whole video so far. I went ahead and sponged that on, and then when I peeled this up, I really took my time, and it was so close, you guys. It was so close. I did have a few tiny little tears with the paper, which I kind of expected. I mean, I'll be honest, I kind of figured it might happen, but I wanted to try it anyway, just so I could see if it was something that I could do in the future. And it wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. The nice thing about the paper is you really can't tell unless you look close. That's kind of like the theme of everything that I do. Just don't look close at any project that I have, and it might look all right. Okay, this is completely out of order, but I knew that I was gonna need some stained projects, so I'm gonna be using all of these stained projects. So I went ahead and I just got this stained. So that was just, I guess, in there to show you that I stained that little carrot right there that I'm gonna be using. So I went ahead and distressed all the edges right here. This is, I believe I'm just using that gray. Yeah, okay, you can see it. You can see it on the brush. I just distressed it a little bit, and then of course distress the carrot because I have to distress everything. And so add some jute twine right here to tie a little bow to give it a little bit of texture. Okay, I got these beads at Walmart at Christmas time, and I just went and basically bought like bundles and boxes of them because you can paint them, you can use them for the colors. It was only like $6 to $12 between like different varying lengths of the garland of the beads. And so I just felt like it was a really good deal, and I can paint them or use them as is. I like the green. I feel like the green and the neutral colors would go really well with the Easter colors. So I went ahead and I just used them as is. I took some jute twine, put some tape around the end so that I could feed the little beads through. And then right here, I just really quickly made a tassel, a little jute twine tassel. I didn't go into detail on how to make that, but I know there's a ton of videos on how to make some tassels, and I actually am going to be making some tassels for a garland here later on in this video. So if you stay tuned, I will show you how to make a tassel here in just a minute. And that was it. That's all I did for this cute little sign. It was really easy. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of test the waters a little bit with putting some vinyl on paper. It wasn't that bad. Okay, for this little sign, this was a Dollar Tree sign. You saw me stain that earlier. I just cut out these cute 3 little bunnies from my Cricut. This whole video, actually, I think I used my Cricut on every project just because it is so quick and easy, and you can do so much with your Cricut. And so I went ahead and I just transferred this down, again, using this as a stencil. And if they ever lift in any area, like if the vinyl starts to lift when you're trying to transfer it, if you just take your time and help some of those pieces come down, it really isn't too bad. Okay, again, using some Waverly chalk paint, I went ahead and I think the middle bunny, I think I just did white. I'm pretty sure that's just white. And then I mixed a little bit of yellow with it. I wanted these to be very, very pale. I mean, very pale. You can barely notice. This one I mixed a tad bit of red to get that soft, soft pink. And then I went ahead and distressed it. When I say distressed it, I don't mean actually distressed it. I'm sorry. I just am apparently so accustomed to saying distressed it. Here we go. Now we're distressing it. What I meant earlier was I didn't put the paint on very heavy and thick. I was okay that it looked a little bit sparse. Now I wanted a base, so again, using those lath sticks, I went ahead and I cut that down to size, painted it white. These are some tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I just glued these on the back with my hot glue to kind of give it a little bit of a stability for the base to stand. And then I just went right there on my stand, not quite in the middle, but a little bit more towards the back so that it would stand. And then now we are distressing, giving a little bit of depth. And then I wanted to kind of create a seam. I wanted to fill the seam. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, sorry guys, it's really late. I'm trying to fill that seam right there, so I just used some jute twine and push that down. And then just using some of these cute little rosebuds that you can get from the Dollar Tree, I just popped them off and kind of glued them in between each of the bunnies, and then used some greenery as well to just kind of give it a cute little floral pattern right there across the bottom. And then I wanted some texture up on my sign, so I decided that all of these bunnies are girls. Maybe they are friends or sisters. We'll go with sisters, that'd be fun. And so I went ahead and I just took the jute twine and I just made the tiniest simple little bow and glued them over each one of their ears. Just again to give it a little bit more texture on the sign. I love when signs have some texture, and that's it. That's all I did for this one. I love that each one of the bunnies look a little bit different. You can see their ears have a different shape, and they're all kind of standing a little bit different, and even their tails. So I thought this was kind of fun to just do some really pale, soft colors. The bows, the floral, it's really feminine, like just a really soft, feminine Easter project. All right, this guy I got from Walmart last year, I think, and I really loved the shape of it, but it was yellow and glittery, which I don't mind, but I thought it'd be fun to just give it a little makeover. So I sanded off the glitter, which you don't see me do, and then I also took it outside and spray painted it. It was way too cold and windy to try to film that. I actually attempted it and my camera was falling over, and so I ended up just spray painting it. I didn't get any footage of it, but I spray painted it in like an ivory off-white color, and then just using some paint markers that I got from Arteza, I went ahead and I just colored the leaves in. This was such an easy project, you guys, because it was more just kind of like almost like a thrift flip. I just kind of did a makeover of something that I already had. And so here we are doing the leaves green. And then here in a minute, you'll be able to see that I do all of the flowers a different color. And that was it. That was it for this project, you guys. This was just kind of a fun, relaxing one to do. I actually didn't add any distressing to this one. Are you guys completely shocked? Because I am completely shocked as I'm looking at it. I'm like, I didn't even distress it. I don't even need to. Okay, for this next project, these are just some little bunny cute ornament cutouts that you can get. I think they're called ornament, maybe not, but they're just these little bunny cutouts you can get from the Dollar Tree. I actually had these left over from last year as well, and so I went ahead and I just painted a bunch of them white, and I even stained some of them too, and I stained some carrots. I am going to be using them in some upcoming videos as well, so I paint a whole bunch. Even though you won't see me use all of them, I still just went ahead and painted a whole bunch. Okay, so here's that little tutorial. So now I'm going to color and then pulled that off my fingers, and now we're going to tie this around the outside, going around all of that loop, but right in the middle, just right in the middle. Pull that and cinch that as tight as you can, and do that as a double knot. You guys, please forgive my voice. I am getting over a cold, so you probably can hear that in my voice, but I really wanted to get this video out, and so I didn't want to wait until I sounded more like myself. Hopefully you can understand me. Okay, so now that you've got that tied off, you're just going to go ahead and you're going to cut the loops on each end, and then of course any that you might have missed in the middle. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. I wanted to make sure that I left this nice and slow for that first part so that you guys could see what I was doing. And then just flip it over, do the same side. You can see that it's now starting to open out into a cute little pom-pom. And then I just went around, and any piece that was really super long, or pieces, I just trimmed them down so that it was all kind of an even, cohesive length for this cute little pom-pom. And then I ended up just making a bunch of these in different colors. Okay, here we go for the tassel. So I just did a wider span on my fingers. You don't have to use your fingers. Wow, spingers. You can use a piece of cardboard, whatever, wrap it around 40, 50 times, just count so that you know. And then, wow, I did not slow this down. I did not slow this down. Okay, well, there we go. I missed it. I am so sorry, guys. I edited this while I was on some cold medicine, so I clearly did not remember that I did not slow that down. But that's a tutorial for pom-poms. I went ahead and I just tied these onto some jute twine right here, just arranged them in all of these cute different colors. And then for the tassels, I just put them onto some jute twine as well. I didn't end up using all of the bunnies, as you will see right here coming up. And that was it. I just made this cute little garland. So you could put this wherever. This will go cute on just hanging up, mixed with your cute decor, even on some shelves or some tiered trays. But there you go. This is just a cute little garland with different colors, so you can see really just how to make a cute Easter garland.
Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your patience. I finally got some content out. I'm actually able to get a little bit more up and going. I've been filming. I'm hoping to have a little bit more going for you guys. I know I say that every time, but hopefully this is a show of good faith. I already have been making some more Easter DIY projects and spring. Thank you so much to those of you who are still here at the end. For those of you who don't know what the egg segment, maybe we should call it for that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's go with it. Thank you so much for those of you who are here for the egg segment here today. Easter egg segment. All right. Okay, so bad. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's just simply where I share a little bit of inspiration and hopefully make your day just a little bit better. So the video that I have linked down below for you guys is an awesome one, and it's one that really works well for people who are stubborn. I don't know if you guys are stubborn or not, but I know a lot of stubborn people, and I know that I'm very stubborn. But this video breaks down and explains why we want to know things, and it's literally called that. It's the why. I don't know about you guys, but one of the first things that I know people do is if you tell me to do something and I ask you why and you say, because I said so, most people are going to be like, most people aren't going to go for that. So most people want to know why, but the hard thing is not everybody starts with the why. People start with the what or the where or the when. First, start with the why. It helps explain a lot of things. So this might not create a lot of inspiration in your life, but it might explain a few things, and it might help you understand yourself, understand others, help improve your people skills. I don't know, I found it beneficial and I wanted to share. That video will be linked down below for you guys. Go ahead and check it out because it will explain it a lot better, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be a fun one to have and a fun one to know, and maybe even one to show your kids. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know which one is your favorite. If you'd like to, please give this video a thumbs up. I would also love it if you consider subscribing. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.